everybody. Hold on a second. I'm not quite camera ready. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Takes a while to look half human, half time. Today I actually wanted to share a very personal video. As I've mentioned before, I probably haven't mentioned this to you guys, but I've mentioned it to a bunch of my friends, and now I came out to my family about it. I was pretty much bullied for about 13 years, because that's how long I was in kindergarten to high school. I was in there for about 13 years, and it was not pretty. Now, I'm doing this video because I watched a documentary called Bully, and I'm pretty sure if you're in school, you've seen it, either with a teacher or something. I guarantee you half of you guys have seen it, because it's actually a big cause of issues for a lot of kids, like it was for me. Now back to my story. I'm sorry for that little interruption. That sounded a little rude, but I need to get on this topic. I need to get it out now, because I want to help people that were in that situation. Disclaimer, I'm not going to give out any names to the people that have hurt me or anything. It's really... This video isn't about them, it's about me. Sorry, I don't like talking about it because I get really emotional, but I need to get it out there so I can help, so maybe I can help somebody, and maybe let them know that they're not the only ones. But from kindergarten to my 5th year of high school, I was bullied. Kindergarten maybe to 8th grade, it was that, oh, you're ugly, you're gonna end up being alone, just, they're saying things. They were verbally bullying me. When I got to high school, they'd be like, oh, you like this guy? Well, it's a shame he thinks you're ugly, they're just stupid petty things like that. It may be words, but it still hurts, and it hurt me a lot, and I told my teachers about it, and quite frankly, they didn't do anything about it. And it hurt, because I thought teachers were supposed to put students first and make sure that the students are safe and comfortable with going to school every day, Monday through Friday, and they didn't do anything to help me. And it hurt knowing that the teachers wouldn't do anything to help me, because, like I said, they're supposed to be there. They're supposed to be there to teach you and protect you and to help you get through, middle school and elementary school, and it was just terrible. It was horrible. In kindergarten, this girl bullied me a lot. When she wanted to swing, she picked the one that I was on, and as I was swinging and getting pretty high, she would push me off, and a couple times I have hit a tree, and I actually broke my nose at one point. It's flat right here because it's been broken one too many times, and I told a teacher, and she saw blood dripping down my face, and she still did nothing about it. She didn't even send me to the nurse. She didn't even call my parents. She did nothing about it. In 4th grade, we were playing dodgeball in PE, and a group of girls were together whispering pretty loudly, saying, "Hey, let's go peg Kate in the face. She's stupid. She's ugly anyways. No guy's ever gonna want her." So, what they did? They grabbed the medicine balls, and they were throwing it at me. And, well, they weren't medicine balls. They were the actual rubber dodgeballs. They're just throwing them at me, and they hit me in the face more than once, and not even the PE teacher stopped it to see if I was okay. And again, I broke my nose, blood dripping down. She didn't send me to a nurse, nothing. 6th grade, I got back from my band class. Sorry, I messed with the keychain. Anyways, I got back from my band class, and a couple girls took my flute and decided that it would be funny to throw it out of the classroom and say that I was trying to aim it at a student. The teacher kind of called them bull crap on that, and they got written up. I know right there that doesn't really sound like bullying. It sounds like petty playing around and stuff, but they did it intentionally and it did it to hurt me. I'm going to skip around to 8th grade. 8th grade was just full of drama and bullying and me figuring out who my actual friends were. I was friends with this girl for about 6 years. I want to say about 6 years. Met her in 2nd grade. We hung out. I thought she was my friend. Well, it turns out she was only my friend to get dirt on me, and in 8th grade she turned on me and actually hurt my feelings, and she was just, ever since 8th grade, she just turned her back on me and treated me like I was a piece of crap. And so did her other friend that I thought was my friend, but I found out pretty recently that she really isn't my friend, but I'm going to get to her probably in a few minutes. Freshman year of high school, ooh, that was so fun. That's when the physical bullying really came into play, and people shoved me into walls on a daily basis. People pushed me down. People called me every name in the book. They called me a whore, a slut, a skank. And keep in mind, back then, I was still new to this whole thing of, trying to figure out who you are and just life in general. I was 14, and every freaking day I got bullied. And I remember people would push me into guys and be like, hey, why don't you go sleep with him? And they would push me down to the floor and say that I'm being pathetic, throwing myself at guys. And they would start kicking me and hurting me. And it was just terrible. And teachers would walk by and do nothing about it. And I went to the vice principal about it, and he didn't do anything about it. And then so when he didn't do anything about it, I went home crying. And my mom, she didn't know what was going on. I didn't tell her what was going on. I didn't tell her. She had to find out through one of my friends. And she went to the superintendent, and he still did nothing about it because the people who were bullying me were the popular kids or the superstar athletes. They didn't do anything about it. My sophomore year is when I really started to discover who my actual friends were. Sorry. It's a little gross. I'm sorry. And, I thought that this one girl, I thought a couple of people were my friends, but as it turns out, they only had me around because they felt bad for me. Because nobody wanted to hang out with me. And I had French class with one of those girls, and she would just treat me like crap. And I got H1N1, and she found out, and it was almost bad enough to put me in the hospital. But my mom, thank God she's a paramedic, bless her soul, that job. Thank God she's a paramedic. She took care of me to the point where I don't have to go to the hospital. And when she found out about it, she said, well, I hope she dies from it. I came back to French class, and all people were staring at me like I did something wrong, and then the teacher walks up to me and says that I have to find a new place to sit, because apparently that girl that I was talking about, saying that I hope that I die from H1N1, I guess she said that I was picking on her and throwing things at her and stabbing her with my pencils, when in all reality, she was stabbing me with her pencils and my pencils, and she was throwing paper at me. She was, cussing me out every day because of stupid reasons like not being able to show up for breakfast. She was just being really mean to me, and the teacher believed her over me. And that kept going on throughout my whole sophomore year. And then my junior year, is when I started getting into guys, full on into guys, dating and everything. And I had a lovely boyfriend. And I still love him to this day, even though we're not together. And I hope that one day, things work out between me and him, but until then, I'm just gonna hold off. But anyways, it's a completely different video, a completely different time. When he found out about me being bullied, he actually stood up for me and said that next person who bullies me is really gonna get hurt. but that still didn't stop people from bullying me, and I didn't tell them that I'm still being pushed around, shoved around, in dance class being tripped. Yeah, I was in dance, and I was being tripped a lot. And junior year is when that one teacher started to bully me, and he didn't really find out until one of my best friends, who I'm still friends with to this day, told him, and he got mad at me and said that if I hold something like this from him again, he's not going to be very happy with me. Like, he wasn't abusive, he wasn't going to be happy. And I told him I was too scared to, because if I said something, they would have called me a bunch of names like a snitch, and honestly, at that point, I was so tired of all the bullying, I just thought it would stop. And no matter how many times I told a teacher, and I told the vice principal, and I told the principal, I told the superintendent about it, nothing was done. And in junior year, we broke up. For some stupid reason I'll get into later. But then my ex-boyfriend started dating this girl that had problems with me from the get-go of high school. This other girl that I thought I was friends with, she, would text this girl nonstop, and when they found out it was that girl, that friend blamed everything on me, and that girl every day was just making my life terrible and miserable, and throughout that whole, I didn't know what to do, and I know he tried to stick up for me a couple times, because we talked about it recently, and he said that he tried to stick up for me about it, but it still made my senior year terrible, and I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I failed my senior year. When everybody found out about that, me failing my senior year, and after I made a big deal about it, everyone just started laughing at me and treating me like a piece of crap. And when it came to my 5th year of high school, everybody was so mean. Everyone was picking fights with me. And every time I went to go tell the vice principal, I had to sign a freaking behavioral contract. And it was pretty much saying that if I did anything wrong, and if I called another student a bunch of names, and if I did just one little slip up, I would get expelled, not the bully. And I mean, that's ridiculous, and that's not how it should be. How it should be is the bully should have to sign it. The bully should be expelled for making someone's life miserable. And my senior year, I almost got into 4 fights, because people just didn't like me because I was being cocky my senior year. Yes, I understand I was being cocky, but I mean, I'm having a hard time through my 5th year of high school trying to, go through it and pass everything, and just trying to get through it and graduate so I can move on to college. But people were just being so mean. And I hate the topic of bullying, and I hate talking about my past about it, because to me it's emotional, and it's terrible, and I don't want to go through it again, and honestly, it traumatized me. I was beat up on a daily basis in front of teachers, and they did nothing about it. It's just, what I really want to know is, why do people insist on hurting other people? And just think that it's fun and just keep doing it. Do you guys think, do they have low self-esteem? Do they have nothing better to do on their time? Do they really want to push people to the brink of suicide? Because I can tell you this right now. I know for a fact that I have at least contemplated suicide more than 3 times. I'm sorry, I'm ranting right now because I'm so pissed, mad. I'm so mad. Why would you want to push someone to suicide? Do you think that you're better than everybody else? Do you think that they should just off themselves because you're awesome and you want the world to know that you did that? Because when someone commits suicide because you bullied them, it's pretty much their blood on your hands. I don't know if Arizona has a law against cyberbullying, but I was also cyberbullied a lot. And even by people I don't even know. They would tell me that I'm ugly and that I have yellow teeth. I understand I have yellowish teeth, but I'm working on them. They're whiter than what they were last year. Like, why do you think bullying is okay? Why do you think that hurting somebody is okay? And I'm going to give you guys a challenge. I'm going to give you that challenge to stop someone from being bullied. If you see it, you have to stop it. Because that could mean saving somebody's life. That could mean having a great friend, giving them a chance to realize that life isn't that life isn't always going to be that bad. Because for the longest time, I thought that suicide was just the way to go. And it took me several friends to realize that maybe I should stick around for my family, for my friends, for my pets. I can tell you, during my super senior year, I thought about suicide, but then I kept thinking, what about my family? What about my pet rats? What about them? Who's going to take care of them? Because I know for sure nobody in the house is. So I contemplated. I didn't do it. Honestly, bullying someone to the point of suicide shows cowardice on the bully's side. It just shows everybody else that the bullies are either just insecure or scared. So they're just going to take it out on other people that have already nothing or very little. I have very low self-esteem. I have actually no self-esteem whatsoever. But yet here I am putting myself out there so I can help you, so I can help people understand that just because you were bullied, it doesn't mean that you're worthless. You're amazing in your own way, and you're precious to certain people, to everybody. Probably you're amazing in your own way, and you shouldn't let anybody tell you any different. And don't even think about suicide. Honestly, it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be fair to your family. It wouldn't be fair to your pets. It wouldn't be fair to your actual friends, your real friends. It wouldn't be fair to them. It just wouldn't. I mean, I've lost several friends to suicide. I mean, I have a cousin who was in my situation, and every time she talked to me, I helped her. If you guys ever need help, just let me know. Just comment below, and I'll try to help you guys out. My channel is to help and to hopefully give you guys advice and ways to deal with things or just cope. I mean, I want to help you guys as much as I can. I really do. Thank you for watching my video. I'm sorry it was about 20 minutes long. Please like this video and subscribe, and leave a comment explaining what bullying is to you, because to me that's bullying. Just harassing someone is bullying. That's what it is to me. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and please keep your eyes out for a new video within the next few days. I might not be able to post as much starting next week because college starts. Woo! So yeah, please stop. Remember, if you see bullying, please stop it, because that could really mean saving somebody's life. And they would be so grateful for that. Bye.